guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. This video shout out goes to Madeline Fuller. Madeline, oh my goodness, you are such a doll. Biggest sweetheart. I love you. I adore you. Your comments are always the sweetest comments. You're never negative. You're always like the most upbeat, positive, full of life. Just everything about you embodies what this channel is about, what all of our fawn squad is about, all of our fawns, everything. I am so happy to have you be a part of this community. I can't even begin to tell you. So this shout out is definitely long overdue. You so deserve one. Everybody deserves one, but you get my drill, and I very, very much appreciate you taking the time to not only watch my videos but to also comment on them and just be so interactive, even though I'm not always able to respond back. And I believe you requested a Viseart palette with the warm matte palette. If it wasn't you, I do have the request written down, but if it was you, I got you. It's written down, as are all the requests that have been coming in. So, but I think it was you. I'm just not 100% sure because there have been like a lot that have been coming in. So it's hard to keep track of who has requested what. But on that note, today's video is another requested eye look that I actually had an option from her, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to or not, but she asked me to work with either blues or greens from either the Juvia's Place, the Nubian 2 palette, or the Masquerade palette. I have the Masquerade Mini, but I bought the Mini because, I mean, with so many eyeshadows, you just never hit pan. So that's what the Mini version looks like versus what the big boys look like. It's just that the Masquerade was the only one ever offered in Mini, and I wish they were all offered in Mini because I'm just never gonna go through them. But when I was looking at these, I mean, they all speak to me, but I was actually like, from day one, really wanting to use this green, and I never cycled back to these palettes. I did one tutorial with each palette and never went back to them and forgot about how beautiful they are. So I actually really want to thank you for requesting these palettes. So thank you, because oh my goodness, when I opened both of them up today, immediately the green spoke to me, and I was like, I think I want to pair it with the purple. And then as I started thinking about it some more, I was like, you know what, I want to pair it with the Zuri for the inner corners. Like that's like that little pop that you see on the inner corner. So the whole look is, with the exception of 2 transition shades that I used from my Viseart Neutral Matte palette. But aside from the transition shades, everything that you see is, everything that you see are these 3 eyeshadows. So I'm obsessed with the formulation in these palettes. It is so good. So I will cycle back to these and fulfill some more requests for you, because I know you said green or blue, but I have so many, so I'll get back to them. I still have it written down, but today that's what I did. I did Nubian 2 and I did a green look. I don't know, like I said, I opened it up and I was like, immediately my eye went to green, and I'm like, I knew I had to work with green, and I'm so happy with how this eye look turned out. So I hope that you are too. I did a lot of catching you guys up in this video as well. So, oh my gosh, Jamie, I did swatches for you in this video comparing the 2 blushes that you had asked me for, because I forgot to. And then, oh my gosh, I don't know what's gonna go up first, but if this is up first, Nikki, I addressed your questions about bronzers in the next bronzer video on Tom Ford. That bronzer video will have all of your questions answered in it as well. And then I gave you guys a brush update because I have swatched out some different brushes that I am loving so much more. So there are some other like random updates and things like that in this video as well. But if you want to see how to get this eye look, then just keep, oh, there are no swatches in this video on the palette because I do have a Juvia's Place playlist already. And I swatched out all of the shades when I did initial tutorials, I think. Oh my gosh, if I'm mistaken, let me know. But I didn't do any swatching because I think I swatched them all when I first got the palettes in. But I do have a playlist created, so you guys can go check out that playlist and see what looks I did make with each individual palette already. And anyway, if you want to see how to get this eye look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so this part of the video I'm actually redoing because the entire segment of this video I recorded yesterday, which was Sunday, and today's Monday. And then when I went to edit the video today, everything was there except for the top of the lid tutorial. My intro, outro, when I catch you guys up, when I do the lower lash line, all of that's there, but the footage from applying the actual makeup to the top of the lids, which is kind of the purpose of the video. So I'm now going to redo it for you guys and then go in and insert it. And so yes, that's where I'm at. And it sucks because this baby arrived today and I'm not gonna peek, and I'm dying to peek, but I do not have it in me to do a full face tutorial. It usually takes like 3 hours to film a tutorial, so this baby has to wait until tomorrow. And if it wasn't for this stupid mess up with my new camera, I'd be filming with this baby. But that will be tomorrow's game plan, just so you guys know. But I just didn't hit the right button. It's a new camera. I thought it was recording. It wasn't recording. Still some focusing issues. I have to figure out how to center myself. Just learning curves again, but the Sony has gone back and I'm sticking with the Canon, so hopefully there will be no more issues moving forward. I also cannot remember everything that I said because yesterday was like, you know, doing it for a first impression, where today I'm just recreating what I did on the top. So I don't know. But I did end up working with the Nubian 2 palette because I had a request to use either the Nubian 2 or the Masquerade, and then to do either a green or a blue, and the green spoke to me immediately. And then I saw Jezebel and I was like, I want to pair those two up, and then I ended up using Zuri for an inner corner. So those are the 3 shades that I like loved so much. And I ended up using my Viseart neutral matte palette, but just 2 shades for transition shades. This color and this light chocolate color. So you can definitely get those shades from any kind of palette. I just have this on hand. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and I'm going to get to recreating this part of the tutorial, which is probably going to seem a little out of place from the rest of the tutorial because obviously I'm not the same today. I think I had a reaction to my injections yesterday because I woke up today and everything was like puffed out. I had a really bad headache. It's been a really, really rough day. Kurt dropped me off to get my nails done and I was like dying at the nail place too. So it's probably almost a blessing that I have to redo this part instead of spending the next few hours filming with the new palette. So anyway, I'm going to zoom you guys in and we're going to get going on recreating this part, and then the rest of it will be from yesterday. I just saw that I had liquid lipstick on my teeth and I don't know if it was there the whole time or not, but there's always something, right? Whether it's the dog's barking, lipstick on my teeth, it doesn't matter. So anyway, using my Carity E31. This is just, oh my gosh, my absolute favorite brush of all time. And dipping into this baby right here, I'm going to start building the crease and above. Now taking this chocolate brown and using my same Carity E31, I'm just going to do the same motions one more time. Now taking Jezebel on a Morphe M441. It's just a tapered fluffy brush, but it's scaled down. This ended up being such a beautiful color and I was blown away. So I had initially wanted to just keep this in the crease, but then I ended up bringing it a little bit above. Now taking Zuri on a MAC 242 brush, we're going to coat this baby well. Milani her up. And just put this on the inner corners. Now taking Egypt on my same MAC 242, I'm going to coat this baby well, and this will finish off the lid. Milani her up. This is such a beautiful color too. I'm obsessed with this palette. I cannot wait to see what the Magic palette looks like. Alright, this is normally when I say now I'm gonna go line and finish up my face, and I'll be back to do the lower lash line. But now you guys are about to jump into yesterday's footage, so I guess I will see you soon. Bye guys. So I finished up my face and we have a few things to go over, but first I did use Becca and Jaclyn Hill's collab, which reminded me that I have not swatched out the blush request that I had from Jamie. So Jamie, I did it for you now, and I'm so sorry for the delay. So this shade, hold on, let me wait for my camera to focus. This one is Pamplemousse from the original Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. And then this shade is Hibiscus Bloom from the new Becca Chrissy Teigen Glow Face Palette. So there is definitely a difference, and this one is way softer and less pigmented. So I hope that this helps you, because at first I was thinking that they were really identical, but you can see that there is definitely a difference. And let me see. See, even from a distance, you can see that Pamplemousse is way more pigmented and intense than Hibiscus Bloom is. So I'm sorry that it took me so long, but at least Hibiscus Bloom has like a nice coral undertone to it too, and it really does blend out beautifully. So I think that this one is an amazing palette for all 4 shades. Like I had said before, I think the only downfall to this really is that the bronzer is so gorgeous and they made it so small. And I will never understand why the bronzer is so small, and the highlights, which you use the littlest bit of, are so big. So the pan sizes are the only issue that I have with the palette, but aside from that, all 4 are amazing shades, and I think that this is gorgeous. I love it. So while we are on the topic of Becca, today my glow is extra intense, which was unintentional. I know, shocking, but I was trying to keep it a little bit more subtle and just keep everything more focused on the eye look that we have going on. But I accidentally dipped into Prosecco Pop, which is the gold shade. And I put it on and I was like, whoa, why is that so gold? And at that point, I was pot committed because I had a full-on gold highlight. So I had to finish up highlighting both sides with gold, and then I went back over the gold with Prosecco, or with Champagne Pop. So this is Prosecco, which is a very true gold, and this is Champagne Pop that is a very, subdued with a little bit of a peach undertone. So I really wanted to do just Prosecco, oh my god, see? Just Champagne Pop, and I ended up doing Prosecco Pop and then Champagne Pop over top. So that's why my glow is extra glowy. And then I used the NYX Ombre Blush in Mauve Me because we got, nice purple, so I want to do a little purple. And then I did a dedicated video for you guys on the Tom Ford, the Ultimate Bronzer in 02 Terra. This one will never pick up on camera because it's just white. So, but you guys know how beautiful Tom Ford packaging is. So that will be up for you guys shortly. I just love this bronzer and I wanted to hate it and return it, but it's so good. So that's the bronzer, and I decided that I'm just gonna get the luxury ones out of the way and then go back and forth between drugstore and high-end for you guys. So that's my game plan. Then I put to the test the final setting powder that I have, which is Julep, I want to say, but I don't know. It comes in this box right here. It's a Julep Insta Filter Invisible Finishing Powder, and this is so good. I bought this from Ulta. I cannot remember the price point, but it is from Ulta, and amazing. It did not leave any kind of a white cast. It didn't grab at the foundation. It didn't break it apart. It is a beautiful compact with a nice magnetic closure. It comes with a little, well, decent sized mirror. I'm so itchy lately. My sinuses are out of control. You get a nice little sponge that comes with it, and it is completely translucent. I know that that's like white, but it is totally translucent. I did end up needing to use, I used the sponge that came with it. It's more of a sponge than a powder puff, but I did need to use the sponge to really set like the contour area, which is no big deal. And then that locked it down, and this is like, feels luxurious. Like, it's heavy, it's got weight to it. It is so pretty. Pre-fingerprints. So that is what I used today, along with my Japonesque foundation. I think this is their, yeah, Japonesque Luminous foundation, and I mixed shades 6 and 7 together, which is a little bit too dark for me, but didn't realize it because looking at the bottle, they didn't really look like they were dark, and then when I applied them, they were dark. So I should have just stuck with shade 6, I think, and not incorporated 7, but too late. And then I put on Violet Voss lashes in Black Magic. This is what the packaging looks like, in case you were wondering. And these ones, though, they're comfortable now that they're on, but this black band was so stiff, I had to wrap it around a brush and let it sit for a while. These were a pain in the butt, but once I did the wrapping around the brush, I had no problem. But just so you guys know, these ones are a very, very stiff band, but I really do like them, and they're super comfortable now that they are on. I used my Tom Ford eye defining pen for my liner. This is now just starting to run out, and I have been using this non-stop for months. Even when I put to the battle, I can't remember if it was 32 or 36. I think it was 36 liquid eyeliners. So many of them were flops. I think like over half of them. So even though there was around a month or so where I wasn't using this because I was using the other ones, every single time there was a bad eyeliner, I used this one to fix it. So there wasn't even a full month where I didn't use it because I always went to this one. And like I said, there was a solid 15 out of that 32, 36. I think even more. I think it was closer to 20 that sucked. And this one is what I used. So this isn't, it's an investment because it is much pricier, but you get months and months and months out of it, where I was ride or die for Kat Von D's tattoo liner forever. And that one, though, I found I would only get like a month out of, and I know it's $20 where this is like $52, but I'm talking like I've gotten like 6 months out of this. So this is actually cheaper than Kat Von D if you can afford to get it up front, because I know Kat Von D is a lot cheaper up front, but this will last you so much longer. But Kat Von D is a felt tip, where this is a brush tip. So there is a learning curve to a brush tip, but you also get the double end where you have that little guy when you want to get right up in the inner corners as well. So just something to think about. I can't believe it. Like, I'm just finally starting to run low on this one. So just wanted to let you guys know that. I tightlined it in my waterline with my Ardency and Modster pencil in black. Kurt just got home. And then, Janet, I realized that I did not answer your question on falsies on the House of Lash adhesive, where to buy it from. I buy mine from Sephora, and this is $9 from Sephora. So I'm sure there are other places you can get it from, but that's where I buy mine from. You may have figured it out already by now, because I totally forgot to mention it to you in other videos, but I get mine from Sephora. Now, I want to give you guys a quick little update on brushes. So again, I used to be ride or die for the Morphe M523 for contouring. I used to think that this was like perfection, and it still is an amazing contour brush. I love it. But the It Cosmetics One Sweep Wonder that I had hauled, that I told you guys I thought would be amazing for contouring, has won my heart over, and it is just perfection. This gives you such a sharp line, and then you can blend it and work it upward, and it is just, I'm in love. I have not touched this brush since getting this one. So I love you, but you've been replaced. But this is still a really good brush, and it is a much more affordable option. But I have switched to this one, just so you guys know, I have switched. Then I have also switched from, I used to be, oh, did I already put it away? Where did it go? Oh, there we go. I used to also be ride or die for the Morphe M501 for highlighting, and I think you guys are aware by now that I've made the switch to the Anastasia A23 brush, and there's the difference. Now, this one used to take so much more blending because this would give you like a line, like that stripe that nobody wants, and then a lot more blending to blend it out, where this one, it just gives like the perfect amount of highlight, and then it's so much easier to buff it out. So again, this is much pricier. This gets the job done. So it's still a good highlighting brush. And I mean, it just takes a little extra effort in the blending department, but this is gonna last you so long because it's Anastasia, it's high quality, and it just is perfect for highlighting. So I've also made that switch. I no longer use this brush unless I'm just like demoing so many highlighters where I'm like running out of, you know, this has become too wet from like demonstrating a huge haul. Then I'll grab this to like, you know, demo it on my chest. But aside from that, I have stopped using this Morphe brush. I'm now using the Anastasia brush only. Then I have also made the switch in foundation brushes. Now, I have tested this a couple times now. I have been ride or die for the last 11 months for the Morphe M439 foundation brush. And this is an amazing foundation brush, and there's a huge price difference in the one I'm about to talk about. And you can see that this is way more densely packed than the Morphe one. However, this is a Marc Jacobs, the Face number 3 buffing foundation brush. I kept the packaging. That's what it looks like. This brush is incredible. Also going to be an investment, but it's Marc Jacobs. It's gonna last you forever. This gives such an amazing full coverage application, and you need less product. So it is more pricey to buy the brush, but so much product, so little product goes so far. It is unbelievable. I need to use so much more foundation with this Morphe brush, and it took me a while to buy this because it is expensive. I think it's like $60. It's expensive. But I finally just thought, this is insane. Like, I'm doing so many tutorials all the time, so much makeup all the time, and this just soaks up your foundation so much more than this one does. And I cannot believe the difference in coverage. I don't know what it is, if it's because this is so densely packed. It is a little bit more scratchier on the face. Like, you can feel that it's a more densely packed brush, where this is softer on the skin. So if you want softer, this is softer. But again, this gives a much better coverage with way less product. So it like I said, it's an investment up front, but it's going to save you money in the long run when it comes to foundation, because you just need so much so much less. Then my last thing is that I'm still using my Morphe. I have a hair in my gloss. My Morphe E20 for the majority of concealing, but I'm also incorporating the Sigma 3D HD Precision Brush because look at the shape of this baby. So the Morphe one is way bigger, as you can tell. So the Morphe one I like to use still to really blend out the concealer in the large areas, down my nose, the forehead, and the chin. But this one, because of that shape, with it being tapered on the end like that, you can actually get right up under your lash line where you can't do that with this brush. So this one lets you get right under there, and it helps you be very, very precise with your wing, where with this one, every once in a while when I was blending it out, I'd have to be so careful. It takes up more time, and I would sometimes hit the wing and have to go back over my wing again. Now with this one, it's like boop, 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 and it's all blended out, and it's so quick, and it's done, and it's pink. But that's not why I bought it. So I am still using this one. It has not been replaced. I know it's extra, but I've added on because this makes life so much easier with concealer, with like the really precise areas to get in there. Even like right up in the nose area, this is amazing. It just gets the little areas. So I did want to give you guys a brush update because that's what I've been doing, and now that it's just out there, you just know I'm always using my Tom Ford bronzing brush because it's the perfect bronzing brush out. Like, it's perfection. All right, you guys are caught up. So now we can get going on finishing up this lower lash line. I forgot to say the lip combo that I have on right now is LA Splash Cosmetics Diamond Gloss in 805 Castiel mixed with a little bit of this vibrant purple from Anastasia in Electro lip gloss. So that is what it is on my lips, and I just totally forgot that one. Alright, so starting with my Viseart Neutral Matte Palette and my Morphe M507. I'm going to dip into this shade first and just smoke that in the lower lash line. Under the lower lash line. Now taking that same chocolate color that we took earlier, using the same brush, I'm going to smoke that into the lower lash line. Below the lower lash line. Now taking Jezebel on my Sephora Pro Smudge Brush number 11. Now guys, I actually did try the Morphe smudge brush a long time ago, and there is no comparison in that one either to the Sephora one. And I know there's a big price difference, but Morphe you always have to pay shipping on unless you hit over $100. So I think if you're like trying to buy just one brush, if you have free shipping with Sephora, this is going to end up being a cheaper option anyway, and there really is a big difference when it comes to the Sephora brush versus the Morphe smudge brush. I do have both, so that's why I do always use my Sephora one, in case you were wondering, since I have updated you on brushes, but I've been using this one for months now anyway. Taking Zuri on my same Sephora smudge brush, which I did just clean off. I'm gonna Milani her up. Put that just on the inner corner. I just wanted that purple poking through just a little bit because it's so pretty. Now taking Egypt, but on a Morphe M432, I want to see if we can get that to be just kind of like a faded out green so you still see the purple, and if not, we will jump back into the smudge brush. But I'm gonna coat her up. I'm Milani her up. Get this in here. Now I'm not trying to go too tight to the lower lash line like sometimes because I really do want the green to show. I just also want the purple to show. Alright, this makeup look is complete. I'm just gonna go get dressed and do my hair, and I will be right back. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoy this eye look as much as I do. I don't know what it is, if it's the fact that I have like purple incorporated with one of the most beautiful greens and then that like inner corner highlight, because like I just love champagne tones and gold tones, but I don't know what it is, but this eye look is like speaking to me, so I really hope that you guys love it too, because I definitely want to recreate this one time and time again. I'm loving it right now. And I told you guys before, I always feel so weird saying that whenever I create a look. Well, I always create my own looks, but whenever I say how much I love a look that I've created, I just feel so weird saying it, but I really do love it, and I mean, yeah. So anyway, that is it for this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.